was a short trip down to Chausey from Jersey. So we started off up there, wended our way down. This is just a planned route, and then headed on down to Chausey. Still needed to do paperwork for it with Granville. Oops. But something I tend to do, where I tend to be single-handed, is I tend to not head into the main part here. I tend to head down to Port Maire and throw the anchor down and anchor in there, which makes it a lot simpler. Although I've been thinking about how I can do that single-handed, but I need some long ropes so I can tie up to one buoy, motor up to the next buoy, and then drift back and adjust, because they're all fore and aft, and you tend to be alongside other boats as well. Obviously that's not so bad if there's some people on the other boat. I also managed to take a super duper picture of Halina, which I wanted to show you, and I wanted to talk about how I sort of used the tide, or didn't use the tide, to best effect on the way back. So let's get into the little video. Well, it had to have a thumbs up. The forecast was good, nicely warm, no wind. It wasn't going to be the best sailing trip, but the opportunity to get down to Chausey was too good to miss. After a few hours of motoring, we anchored in Port Maire, where I took the opportunity to go ashore and have a swim. Then a little walk around. You can see Halina anchored in the background there, and it was just generally lovely. Let's walking around the island, and you'll looking across to Granville and more of the island. That shows the boats where you have to moor on the trots, fore and aft, and it does get pretty crowded in there. And this was what I was so pleased with. That's a photograph of Halina down the lane. Really pleased with that. And it was a quiet evening, and then it was a quick trip home. Fairly early start. Mostly motoring, a little bit of sailing, and that was about it. So the tide's turned against us, but still sort of not very strongly. So we're heading just northwest of west. That'd be north by west, probably, would it? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll carry on till the tide builds a little bit more. Not far off, actually. 10, 15, 20 minutes. We'll see. It's rained. I don't know quite how they're getting 32 degrees C for space temperature. I think because I follow this little bell most of the way. Yeah, this will sound like that. So I think the time has come to jibe around. So we've got 4 knots, 2.3. But I think we'll throw a jibe in and see what difference that makes. So what you can see I've done here is I've pushed against the tide while it was at a lesser rate, and then I jibed as the tide sort of increased, so that I was going across the tide, or stemming it I suppose, sort of thing, in the hope that I'd spend less time sort of just stationary punching against it. I think it worked, and is a technique I use quite often. I thought it was meant to be 32 degrees C today. It's not cold. I have got my knees on. But it's starting to rain. So that's where we're heading. And sort of that's good. That's a magnetic. Something's magnetic. Can't see. Yeah. So tide's pushing us 10 degrees round. So we're clearly heading there. But we're actually wanting to go. Excuse me a bit. We're quite happy with that. It's on the log. Let's over the ground. I don't think we can come. Thanks for watching my video, if you've managed to get this far through. Obviously the last few videos there from last year, but that brings me up to date. And so hopefully I've got some future videos coming about me re-rigging. Did some seacocks, and I've just done the cutlass bearing as well, and I'll talk through some of those, and then by the time we've looked at those, hopefully it'll be the sailing season, yes, and we can hopefully go on some trips together. So please like and subscribe. And I've learned to use the camera the right way around. I've got a scratch on my head from where I whacked it on a bolt. Yeah, please come along for the ride. I would love to share my sailing experiences. Take care, have a good time, and see you soon.